Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs. I'm going to show you today how to make a cute little gift box using one of our little happy frogs from the Sew Hoppy Together set. It's a free set that you can only get during Celebration from the Celebration catalog. It's one of my favorites, and I have designed 3 different projects to go with this for one of my Facebook Fridays because I wanted to show you different ways you could color these. And one of the projects I use watercolor, and today's project we're going to actually do just stamping right on cardstock. And then in another project I'm going to show you how to use Stampin' Blends. Now you might notice that beautiful flower back there. That's from the Beautiful Promenade stamp set. It is in the annual catalog, and we're actually going to use the flower framelit that comes with it as well. So that's a great bundle. If you got this bundle and maybe the bolt of ribbon, you would have enough to get your Sew Hoppy Together for free. All right, let's get started. Now, would you like to know what's inside the box? I'm going to open it up, and it's a bath bomb. My girls, my daughters love bath bombs, and these are from Target in the dollar spot, and they're just $1. So it could be for a Valentine's little treat, or it could just be for a friend. All right, let's make our box first. You're going to need a piece of Highland Heather cardstock that is 6 by 10. Now, I do want to mention that if you hop over to my blog, in the link on the description here on YouTube, you'll find all this information right here, all right? You don't need to write it down during the video. Just go over there and get that PDF, and it'll have everything you need for this project, as well as the other 2. All right, we're going to score the long side at 1 inch, 4 inch, 5.5, and 8.5. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to score the short side at 1.5 and 4.5. All right, now grab your bone folder and burnish all these lines. This will help your box go together really well. Got to just take a minute and just run it down all of your score lines. All right, when we first scored this piece of paper on the long side, we scored at 1 inch. This 1 inch tab is going to be the tab that goes down inside the box. So we're going to start cutting there. Now don't confuse it with this side, because this is longer and wider in width. It's a 1.5. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is cut out these corner rectangles, all right? So get those out of here. We don't need those. Then I want you to cut this at an angle. Cut these corners off like this. All right. Now cut all of your score lines on each of the long sides, stopping right there at that horizontal score line. All right, now come back over here to these flaps right here. We're going to cut them horizontally, or depending on which way you're holding your paper, we're going to cut them in half. All right, just cut them in half. And then I want you to also cut those corners off too. These are the flaps that will stick down into your box on the sides. Creating a little flap for your boxes creates kind of a smoother seam into your box. There's not a whole lot of open edges. All right, let's put it together. So fold these tabs in and put your adhesive. I recommend tear and tape or fast fuse if you have any left. It's retired now, but I'm still using it. All right, so fold these guys up, and the sides up and over like that, and then these go on the inside. All right, so you would put your bath bomb in there, and I put some little, paper fill that you get for your gifts in there. And then these just fold right down. Isn't that nice? All right, I have cut a piece of Highland Heather Gingham Gala Designer Series paper, and you can put this right here on the top. You can choose whichever side you want. The first one I did, whoops, I pushed that all the way in. The first box I used the little gingham, and this time I used the large gingham. All right, so let's get our little frog made. He's so adorable. And our flower. You're gonna stamp your flower in Pineapple Punch on Pineapple Punch cardstock. And then you're gonna stamp your frog in Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green cardstock. Now you could leave your frog just like that if you wanted because he's green, but I'm going to add a little bit of color to him. I'm going to take my dark Stampin' Blend, my Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blend, and just color in those spots. And then I think I'll take the light Granny Apple Green and color in his belly. It's not too much coloring if you don't like to color, but it will give you a little bit of dimension. Now I'm going to take my white chalk marker and I'm going to color in his eyeballs. I didn't like those green. And then get your Granny Apple Green and just put that little dot back there. Just that little dot, his little pupil of his eye, if that's what frogs have. All right, now let's cut out our flower. We don't have framelits for our frogs yet. Today, this morning, Stampin' Up! Announced to demonstrators there are some special products coming out in March of 2019 that will coordinate with your celebration items. And one of them might just cut out the frogs. I'll just leave that little hint right there for you. So if you love the frogs but you don't like to fussy cut, just be patient. All right, we've cut the flower out and I am gonna fussy cut him because of right now, that's my only choice. And I don't mind fussy cutting. I recommend that you use your smallest, sharpest pair of scissors and go around on the outside of the line, just kind of turning your paper with your other hand, not really necessarily turning your scissors. If you leave kind of a little outline of cardstock on the outside of the stamped image, like a little cloud, that's what I call it, a little cloud, then the eye will only see the line of the stamped image and not your cutting lines, if you're worried about your cutting lines not being smooth. All right. Let's cut this one and then we'll be ready to layer. All right, there he is. So very cute. Now let's pop him up with a dimensional right here in the center of this beautiful flower. Then I have cut a couple of things ahead of time. This is a little label from the Lakeside framelits. I've also cut out a few little grass pieces from the Lakeside framelits too. We're going to stamp the sentiment in Highland Heather. The sentiment comes from the Beautiful Promenade set, which is where the flower came from. And I thought the You Are Loved was perfect to go with our little bath fizzy. Now I'm going to punch a heart from some of this lovely lipstick foil paper using the Dog Builder punch. It's got a heart right there. Now this paper, as of right now, as of the time I'm filming this, is still available, but it's in short supply and it's going to be running out quickly. So hopefully you will get yours before it's gone. All right, let's see. How do I want to slide this in? You know, I'm going to take him off. Let's put this on here first, like that, and then come back, and he may need another one now, and put him like that. And then the tiny little heart needs a tiny little mini baby dimensional is what I call them, but they're really called mini dimensionals. Right there on his hand. And we'll add these grass pieces in with glue dots if I had them, but I do not have glue dots. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take some dimensionals, because that's what we're gonna use to adhere this. And I'm gonna put one right here. You gotta get creative when you're missing some adhesives or missing pieces. You can get creative. Put those dimensionals there. See how that's sticking out? We don't need that one. All right, now I could come over here to my box and let's put one more in the middle right there. And put that down right there. Now, of course, we need to add a bow. If we've got matching ribbon, we need to use it. This is Granny Apple Green woven ribbon, and I want my bow to be kind of small. So I'm gonna keep pulling these the little legs, as I call them, until I've got it just the right size. And then I'm gonna cut these off kind of short. And I'm going to stick that right there with a mini glue dot. We're going to pretend that I have those mini glue dots right here. All right, you guys, what do you think? That is a fun treat. It's not candy. It's something that would be great for your friends who don't want to eat sugar, and just kind of a fun, nice little surprise. I hope you'll give this a try, combining that beautiful Promenade stamp set with your So Hoppy Together frogs. Make sure you hop over to my blog and grab that PDF and check out the other projects I have designed with this fun stamp. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.